Hello! So, what I'm gonna do today for my first YouTube video is showing you guys how I do my eyeliner. It's the eyeliner that I do for every kind of like goth look. I don't really do simple eyeliner on the reg, but I'm just gonna show you how I map it out, how I draw it out, and how I do like a little connector. You'll see. But yeah, I am gonna show you guys how I do that today. It's my first little video. I'm really excited. I really hope you guys like it, and do forgive me if the quality is really bad. I'm still learning how to do this. I'm still learning how to edit videos and how to do this whole little content creating thing. So just kind of like bear with me. I promise I'll get better at editing and things like that. So I promise I'll get better. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first what I'm gonna do, I do apologize for the mirror right here, but I do have to get really close to the mirror to do this. It's okay. Like I said, I'll get much better at camera angles and things of that nature. I'll get better at editing. I'll get better at quality. I'll get better at quantity. And so yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So let me zoom. Can I not zoom? I don't know how to zoom. You'll just have to bear with me. Okay, so first thing that I do, and I know you're not supposed to do this, but I do it anyway. It's just gonna have to be okay. But I pull right here. And I just kind of start right here and go along right here. Now, normally, I feel as though eyeliner goes on better when you have eyeshadow on. Also, a primer. A primer is very, very important. So primer and eyeshadow, I just feel like it makes eyeliner go on better and it makes it stay. But what I'm using is the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof, and I swear by this. I swear by this eyeliner. It's really great. I've used it for maybe 2 years now, and it has been amazing. So let me just go ahead and show you. So like I said, what I do is I just kind of start, actually, should I do this eye instead of this eye? Because this eye always comes out weird. I think I'm gonna do this eye. Just because, you know, it's kind of, I feel like it's almost weird to like do, did you guys hear that? That's my bird. I feel like it's always kind of weird to do the eye with the hand that you're using. I don't know. Tell me if that's weird or not. But I always feel like this eye always comes out different than this eye. I know that's kind of normal because, you know, they're not going to be the same. They're going to be in the same zip code, but they're not going to be twins. So let me do this eye. Let me do this one. And then I'll just kind of walk you guys through how I do it. And if I go quiet, I apologize because I'm concentrating really hard. But yeah, let me go ahead and do it. Okay, so first starting off with pulling, and I know people say not to do this because it causes wrinkles, but I've already got like crow's feet approaching, so I don't really care at this point. I'm in my late 20s. So if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. No amount of doing this is gonna do anything about it. So there went Ozzy again. I promise I'll stop like commenting on Ozzy talking and tweeting and singing and stuff like that. But I just love him. Okay, back to what we're supposed to be talking about. So I'm gonna pull this eye and I'm just gonna start right here in the corner. Right there. Okay. So, my eyes are watering. Okay. I think they're good. All right. And I know in a lot of makeup looks, you guys see the pointed inner eye. I don't do that with liquid eyeliner. It's just for preference. I actually do that with like an angled brush with black powder, black eyeshadow powder. And I do it on that way because my eyes water, obviously. And I just want to have it so it doesn't smudge. And I feel like powder is the best way to go about that. So yeah, let me do the wing. Okay, wing time. So we're gonna pull and you're just gonna go to the outer part right here, kind of where that crease begins. And you're just gonna draw a line. It's really not that bad, I promise. I know there's a lot of people that are afraid to do winged eyeliner, but it's really not, it's not that bad. Just practice. I know that's easier said than done. I know me saying it's not that bad is not helpful. But just practice it, okay? That's how you get anywhere. That's how you get anywhere in life. Practice. So, and that's why I want to make these videos, you know, give you some encouragement, give you a little bit of oomph, you know? So, we're gonna do it. Watch this turn out so bad because this is when I'm making a video. Watch it turn out so bad. But here we go. So you're gonna pull and you're just gonna draw. It's okay to blink as well. I used to think I can't blink while I'm doing it, but it's okay to blink. It's all right. It's natural. It's human nature. So, okay. I'm just gonna draw and see, because I didn't do eyeshadow primer, you see what it's doing? I have oily skin. I have oily eyelids. So this might actually turn out really bad, but I'm giving you the basics of doing a winged liner. So let's see if we can fill that in. Doubtful, but we'll try. So now that you have this line right here, especially if you have hooded eyes, I recommend, you know, doing that connector where you draw it from here and then you hold your eyes open, look in the mirror straight forward, and then you draw it from over your the crease in your lid. And that's supposed to give the illusion of a wing that's not, you know, kind of almost distorted looking. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I know a lot of girls and a lot of people have a lot of issues with that. But that's kind of my 2 cents. Just, you know, draw that connector. I know a lot of people have issues with that. But we're gonna do the same thing. Even though I don't have hooded eyes, we're gonna do the same thing. So you're gonna take your liner, you're gonna hold it like a pencil, and you're gonna place your tip. You're gonna place the tip on that point that you've made. And you're just gonna drag it. Right? You're just gonna drag it. I know it looks horrible. And that's also because I have oily eyelids. So it's not going to be perfect this time. But like I said, I just want to give you guys the basics, you know, everything like that. And we can color it in. We can color it in for the sake of this video. We can put some powder over it. See, look what it's doing. Told you. I should have put primer on. You live, you learn. So, you're gonna do that connector. I'm just gonna try to clean it up a little bit. I know I said I don't do the inner corner with liquid, but I was bringing it back into a waterline right here, or at least trying to. And then you're just gonna fill in all of that. You're just gonna fill all of that in. It looks bumpy right here because it's coming off right here, but that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna connect it, and don't be afraid to go big. Don't be afraid. Especially if you're going for a certain look. Don't be afraid. So, we're just gonna fill that in. Fill it in where your lash line is. And of course it's not working. Let me try something. Just gonna do it on my hand a little bit. Get some of that oil off maybe. There we go. Okay. So you're just gonna fill that in. And if it looks messy, that's okay. You can always fix it. You can always fix it. Whether it's concealer or, you know, just taking some eye makeup remover on a Q-tip and doing it that way. But you can always fix it. Look, it's starting to bleed. Look at it. It's starting to bleed because of my eyelids. That's wild. I might switch over to powder in a minute just so I can show you guys. But I'm going to finish filling this in. And you should have a little something like that, okay? You see it bleeding a little bit? Yeah. But you should have something like that. That's how I normally do my liner. A lot of times I extend it all the way out to right here, but like I said, for the sake of this video, I'm just showing you the basics. So let's switch over to some powder. Okay, so he's really talking. So you're just gonna take some black shadow, knock off the excess. Knock off the excess, and we're just gonna go over it and kind of fill in where the liner didn't. I swear this eyeliner is really good. I just have really, really oily eyelids. I swear it's magic. That eyeliner is magical. But we're gonna go over it with some powder. just because I like that matte look. I like that matte look of eyeliner. Shiny, you know, it doesn't really do it for me. But we're just gonna go over it. Don't forget to go over that connector. And you can start to bring it into the inner corner as well. I don't know if I should do that right now. Yeah, let me try. So what I do for that is I take my nose and I pull it. I just place the angled brush right in there. And I just drag it. Actually, I'm not even really dragging it. Sorry, I've got a little bit of a head cold. I'm not really dragging it. I'm just kind of patting it on there with an angled brush. That is so important. The angled brush will save you a lot of time. So I'm dipping it back in, knocking off the excess, and I'm going in right here into that little bit of the inner corner and thickening it up just a little bit. Thickening it up just a little bit. And I'm taking the longer end of the angle brush and I'm going into the inner corner just a little bit, just to kind of sharpen it and fill it in a little bit more. Okay, so now you should have something like this. Okay, all right. Also, it got a little bit right here. That's fine. That's mainly what I go for most of the time, so it's fine. If you don't want that, just take a Q-tip, get some eye makeup remover, shoop, 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 and you're good. Now, what I also like to do for my looks, hang on, let me just kind of go over that a little bit more. Okay. All right, you got a little something like this. Look at that. Look at it bleeding. But that's okay, because with what the look that I do, you'll see. You'll see. So now that we have this little mapped out thing, now that we have that kind of put together, let's go ahead and do the top part where we do the shoop. All right, so hang on. Okay, so let's do the top part. So I'm gonna take, and I normally do this with the eyeliner, but I'm gonna do it with the powder this time because of my eyelids, and I was stupid and didn't put on primer. So we're gonna try it with powder. This is my first time trying it with powder. So I'm just gonna fill that in right there, that little spot that's trying to bleed. But you're gonna hold right here, and you're just gonna take where you've connected, and you're gonna go up into your crease. Okay, kind of like that. A lot of times I do it a little bit higher than that just so I can connect it, but for this look, which is kind of simple, I just kind of take it into that crease, and then you're gonna add a little bit more here just so it's very cohesive looking. So you should have a little something like this. Like I said, I sometimes will bring it higher to right here just so I can cover more ground. You can do it however you'd like, but that's how I do it. Yeah, this is a look. This is a look. Look at it. I'm just gonna kind of darken that in a little bit. Okay, so there you go. And we're gonna darken this up a little bit too. And if it's messy, it's okay. And I'm kind of smudging it out just a little bit. Don't be afraid. Remember what I said. And I'm bringing it into the point. Okay. Like I said, I'll have eyeshadow on when I do this. So it has a pop of color in this little spot right here. Okay, I know it looks really messy. I'm so sorry. But that is what I do. A lot of times it's red. Red is my signature color. Just kidding. But I like to do reds on my eyes because I feel like it makes green eyes pop a little bit. It adds a little bit of so yeah, that is what I do. Then I'm just kind of darkening this up a little bit, extending it a little bit more outwards. And kind of adding a little bit of some roundness to that right there. Now, like I said, I normally do this with the eyeliner. It's kind of interesting doing it with the powder, but I always go over it with the powder just because, like I said, I like that matte look. But you can do what you want. I don't care. It's just a map, a basic little tutorial how to blah, 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 blah. But that's how I do my eyeliner. And then a lot of times I'll go underneath right here and do it. And then I'll fill in that space from here to there. Oh, look, I'm getting it all over my face. Am I crazy? But anyway, that's it for my first video. That's it. I'm so proud of myself. Getting on here, you know, I do have a little bit of anxiety, and it's kind of hard for me to do things like this, put myself out there, just because, you know, some people can be rude and mean, and I'm trying not to let those kinds of things bother me. You know, I used to be somebody that would really get upset over someone's comments and everything like that, but I'm trying really hard to get over that. And this is one of my ways of getting over that. So here I am. So that is, look at it bleeding onto my eyelid. Anyway, you guys get the gist, right? Right? But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. And then I add some big, 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 big lashes. Oh, I actually picked up some, oh wait, let me see if I can find them. I actually picked these up. They're spider webs. Aren't they so cute? That would look so good with like a red, with like the red eyeshadow and everything. That looks sexy. But I have tons of big eyelashes. And I love eyelashes. I love, love, love eyelashes. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think, okay? All right, I love you. Bye.